Yeah, I'm not sure how often these two teams war each other. I know that Japan do wars with some of the English-speaking community, but more so with people like VE and Snoy, where I see them do wars most. So I don't know how well these two teams know each other.
I don't know, yeah, as you said, they don't usually play with Europeans, but we'll see. Like, Finland, everybody knows the Finnish players, so yeah, it's all about Japanese.
Yeah, so we see that, speaking of the Japanese, the draft starts and Japan immediately banned Tiny Temple. They were pretty swift on that one. Finland banning Android Alley straight up.
Interesting.
Seeing a Koala Carnival ban from Japan here.
That's a very clever move.
Yeah, definitely. We have a Joyride ban by Finland here. We'll see what Japan's final ban is.
Could be Inferno or Crash Cove.
Yeah, potentially. Oh, Barren Ruins. Not one I expected, actually, but I'm not complaining. I hate the track. So
I mean, nobody likes those tracks.
I don't have to suffer it, so I'm happy.
What could it be?
Yeah, and Drive-Thru is our final track here as a ban. So we've got our bans confirmed here. Much longer, generally faster tracks banned by Finland here. Somewhat shorter tracks being banned by Japan, and a bit more chaotic, I'd say.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Prehistoric.
Prehistoric is a pick I would expect from Japan. When I've played them in the past and seen them play, Prehistoric is a track that comes up very often. So not surprised by that one at all. Mystery Caves, known as a Finnish track, I've heard around. Same with Tiny Arena. I'm curious whether Japan are going to pick Bluff at all. I've seen them pick Bluff in quite a few drafts. Don't know if it's a track because they love it or because they know everyone else hates it. So I kind of want to see it picked.
It's like everybody hates those tracks, but you know, you either pick them because it's very, very RNG based.
Yeah. They picked Thunderstruck.
Interesting.
So I've had that one banned when I've played them in the past, so I think it's interesting to see them pick this. Though this is obviously not 100% the same lineup that I've faced in the past, so maybe they have some different strengths, these four. And Megamix as their fifth.
Yeah, very long tracks.
Yeah, this is looking to be a long one. Slide Coliseum and Tiger Temple. I guess the Finnish guys heard us. They wanted to shorten down the war a little bit.
I mean, they picked Slide probably for the engine.
Yeah. And then Oxide and Assembly is the final picks by Japan. So Japan wanting to extend this into a 2-hour match.
Funnily enough, they're all blue fire. No, except Assembly. I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, so they're picking pretty long, pretty fast tracks overall. Let's see what the final track by Finland is. Good old Crash Cove to finish. I love to see that. I think that's a fantastic track to end on. Alright, so I will jump to our POVs for now. We don't have one for Romu just yet, but that'll be something I'm grabbing shortly. Yeah, this is looking to be a very interesting list of tracks, in my opinion. I think this is going to be a really fun one to commentate overall.
Well, we surely won't get bored, I think.
Oh no.
With these two teams, it's impossible.
Yeah, not only do we have two incredibly hyped teams, but we have tracks that I think can really show some of these more interesting sides, I say.
Yeah, I agree. Not to mention, Finland must answer to the other nations who won with like a large amount of points, because seeding is really important, at least in these initial phases.
Yeah, oh, we see they're actually setting up the lobby now. Seeing people join. Romu's stream still not up, so bit of a mild worry, but not to fear. I have a backup strategy. Of course I do. It's called panic. But instead what we will do for now is Topa doesn't get a point of view either. They've ruined it. I'm joking. I will put Topa. Yeah, I will put Topa. I'll put Topa up the front here for you. And then I'll be swapping the bottom to a lovely little scene. There we are. Alright, I'll just mess with the little draft down here. We see that the front row has been taken up here. Topa and Romu, so our two potential Japanese POVs at the front, with Zamu, who is our host, and then Fhoons as our second for the front for Finland. In the back, we've got, I always fail to pronounce the name, Sirkin, I believe it is. For Japan, Onks, or Onyx on PSN, for those unfamiliar with him, in the back as well for Finland. And our final two, I believe, would be Sersa and forgetting.
I don't know the fourth Japanese one.
I do have it on the scores, but I don't have the scores up at the moment on my end.
Could be
One for Japan would be Pukapuya.
Ah, that's right, Puya. Puya, yes.
Okay.
Alright. See, we see the lobby's almost set up, so we'll be taking off quite soon into our first track here. We see Zamu with his gorgeous little starting soon screen there. Alright, so first track coming up is going to be, as we saw, Prehistoric. Now, Prehistoric is a track for Japan. Like I said, it's a track that I've seen them pick quite often, and it's a track that I believe they're quite strong at. So I think that this is a track that they have a really good chance at getting a good breakaway here and starting off really strong. So I am keen to see what Japan can do here, but as everyone knows, Finland is an incredibly fierce team. Finlanders, people that watched the first World Cup know, they actually got to, I believe it was semi-finals overall in the first World Cup, so I think there's high expectations on what Finland can do.
Yeah, they're probably one of the top teams. They are like, people think they will win the World Cup and stuff, so yeah, they're surely a fearsome team to face.
Yeah, there's a few teams actually that I would put in that little boat with. I think compared to last year, we have quite a few teams this year that are going to be like pretty high contenders for winning overall. Because if we look at last year, I think we had really good favourites in like Italy. Finland was the matchup a lot of people thought we're going to be seeing in the finals, and definitely making it far. Whereas when it comes to this year, I feel like we've got some other teams that are really pulling through. So think players such as, We got France coming through. USA is also an incredibly strong lineup this year. Just to name 2 other teams that I feel have gotten incredibly strong.
Yeah. Last year there was a different skill level. Like top teams and mid teams, they were different. But now everyone has reached a level that is pretty much the same for everyone. Just slightly superior or slightly inferior, in my opinion. So everyone can win this competition if they give them all, of course.
Yeah, I agree. The skill gap between teams has just decreased so much over time. So like you said, it's come to a point where the skill difference between some of the absolute top teams and just really good teams isn't really that much these days.
No, absolutely.
Alright, so we're going into the first race here.
Let's go hype in chat.
Alright, so we've got we have a mild delay between the streams to start off, but I will wait for Romu's stream to catch up. So enjoy this epic pause on the start here, as Romu's stream is quite delayed. He's having some good cooperation with our stream tonight. Alright, here we go to start off. We're seeing most people go tight here. We do see what looks like, I believe Sukaneko went wide for Japan. Onks getting hit, loses fire, has to go back. He is quite a ways behind, though it is early on. We see Topher gets an early bomb on Fhoons there, taking him out. So now it's looking like it's a Zamu who gets beaked by Topher there. So Topher doing a fantastic job of holding first here. Romu then comboing Zamu with a shield there. So taking up into what's looking like 1-2, oh, just 1-2 here, potentially. As Sersa... Yeah, Romu having no fire means he's being passed by everyone, as much as he did get some combos off. Sukaneko manages to shield snipe or tackle Sersa there, taking him out, but it is right before slow blue fire, so he's not losing too much time. We see Zamu in the back here with Infinite, passing up, seeing if he can get any items to deal with the Japanese players. He is on top of his teammate here, so he has to be careful while he has an engine. See, Topher lost fire. So Topher's going to be caught up to here. I believe both of the porters are his teammates. I believe that is Puya and Sukaneko. So he is looking pretty safe here, as we see Puya does a pass here. And Sukaneko is going to be doing it shortly. And we look back to the Finnish pack, 4th and 5th here, and 6th and 7th. Quite a ways away, so even though Topher lost fire pretty early on that lap, he's managed to hold that lead very convincingly.
Yeah, Finland got hit pretty hard at the beginning.
Yeah, Romu's really sitting in the back here, just hanging behind, gets a mask, probably hoping to ankle bite as much as he can, really secure his team a top 3, because even if he gets last, this is a plus 11 at this stage. So we see him taking out Onks here, and likely going to try and make the advance on the rest of the Finnish team. So you see that Zamu is holding a mask here. He is in 5th, probably aware that there's not too many better items he's going to be rolling in 5th when he's next to a teammate. He has a good chance at a shield, yes, but outside of that, he doesn't have much of a chance at rolling anything that can actually take out the team in front of him. So we're going to be seeing Sersa and Zamu, both our POVs for Finland, just focusing on their lines. As we see, they do have... I feel like they've closed the gap slightly on Japan, but it is still a sizable gap. And it looks like at least 2 and 3 have shields for Japan, so even a power item's not going to break this at the moment.
Yeah, I think this is pretty set. Unless they found 2 power items at Satan. Sersa got a shield as well. But he lost it. Oh, because of Zamu.
Yeah, so Zamu using his mask, taking off his teammate's shield, just decided that Sersa doesn't deserve shields today. So he does actually make some really good headway, Zamu does, catching up to Puya, who lost fire.
Yeah.
Does try to point-blank nitro him, but does miss. Topher hitting a red beaker, tries to take advantage of it with a speed ghost, but just didn't land correctly.
Oh.
Sersa getting taken out by Nitro on the waterfall, but at the same time, Zamu caught up to and took out Topa here, who's now going to get comboed by what looked like a back missile. Oh, but it misses!
No, it was in front. He just went wide. Rip.
So we see Sukaneka's got a pretty safe first here, as Sersa gets back bombed by Topa. That was a really nice back bomb there. Romu, unfortunately for him, hitting a Nitro before the Dino Tail. Topa getting taken out as well there, as you said with that bomb. So Topa likely not going to lose a spot here. Sersa gets taken out again, so it's going to be... Oh, but there's an orb. This might change things, but it's not looking likely as Sersa gets taken out by a Nitro. Although Romu does fall off and is forced to respawn with a terrible respawn point that actually puts him behind Sersa. Sersa doesn't have fire though, so Romu could capitalize and squish. He does. He gets the squish. Will he get the back bomb as well? Narrowly misses. Oh, and another orb.
Another orb. Wow. But it's still...
Chaotic power items by Finland at the very end there.
Yeah, prehistoric experience, to say the least. Still a win though, yeah?
Yeah, so we're seeing, for Japan, we're seeing 1st, 4th, 5th and 6th, whereas for Finland we're seeing 2, 3, 7, 8. So that should be a win for Japan, if I'm not mistaken, but an incredibly small one. I believe that's like a 3 or 5 point win off the top of my head, but it's late at night and I can't do maths on a good day, so don't trust
10,
me.
5, 22, yeah, they got 4 points.
So here we see, we'll flick to the scores now.
No.
And we can see,
5 points.
5 point difference, so...
Okay.
So yeah, we're pretty close on the money there. Our maths not failing us so far, but we've got 9 more races for our maths to disappoint everyone on stream, so prepare your Fs, chat.
Good start for Japan.
Yeah.
Really good start.
We've been noticing a common trend actually with our first races where they've never really been massive wins when at least the matches I've cast. We've been seeing a lot of these +5s, +7s, which are definitely good wins, but I think it's kind of good in that the team that lost is probably not going to be having a massive morale dip from only like a -5, but the team that wins is probably going to be feeling good that they did start off on a win, so not seeing too big of a landslide early on so far.
I mean, winning always, puts you in a good mood, but as you said, like 5 points are literally nothing, like you can recover them instantly, like in a race.
Yeah, exactly, all you need is top 2, 6th and 8th, so not too much of an ask compared to casually top 4ing as we've seen some teams needing to do. So definitely not the spot you want to be in. So yeah, we're coming up to Mystery Caves, and you might know a bit more than me also, but I know that I have heard that this is a very strong finish track.
Yeah, and it's very, very... they prefer these kind of tracks, short tracks, very, very easy to lose fire when you get it, and it's hard to recover. It's like Cove, but slightly better in my opinion, because I prefer... Like, Mystery is my favorite track. I'm a bit biased.
I enjoy a little cheeky pulse word on Mystery Caves, I will admit. Otherwise, I'm not too big of a fan of the track myself. It's okay, but it kind of exists.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but there's better, of course.
So we see Sukaneko goes really wide. I don't think they hit the wall or something. They slowed down for a little bit there. But yeah, they're convincingly in 8th, while looks like Romu gets comboed there all the way down into 7th. So this is a really good start for Finland here with top 3, though having said that, they do have Topa and Puya right on their heels. So yeah, Zamu getting taken out there, we see. He has fallen a little behind already. Romu with a mask here, coming up to the shortcut. If he can pass his teammates here, he can potentially blitz through the shortcut and get to the finish, boys. But we see Topa going for Pulse Width here. We'll see if he can do anything with it, but it looks like he might have hit the turtle. Yeah, Topa hit the turtle, unfortunately. That could have been a fantastic way to zoom up to the top positions and take them out, especially with a missile. Instead, we're seeing Romu going for Wampa here, so now he's juiced. Maybe next lap, if he's holding this, he can catch up through the shortcut to take out this top 3. Oh, using it here, they had a clock!
Oh.
Very nice coordination there as Romu just blitzes past third, second, takes out first with a mask. As an orb comes through, don't know if his mask is going to last, it doesn't, but he breaks to try and make sure he keeps a little bit of fire. If he takes the shortcut, he won't be able to hold fire here, and yeah, he's taking it and didn't get a hang time. Should still hold his lead here, though.
Yeah, it's not that big of an issue.
So yeah, we're seeing Romu holding that first, Sersa getting hit by a Nitro here. Topa holding a clock in 7th, pretty close to the pack. Zamu close behind, but only with a canister. We'll see if Topa can make anything good with this clock here. We do see that Romu has nothing up the front. Does try and get a bomb snipe here. Looks like he misses. But the problem is that if Romu gets hit by this clock, there's a potential that Fhoons can dodge and then eventually pass. So they are going to have to wait for their teammates to likely roll dodges here. Otherwise, Topa's going to be stuck with this clock.
And there's 2 laps here.
Yeah, and we see that Sersa gets a shield tackle here on Puya and has an orb and just decides to throw it. Oh, and Topa loses his clock to a red beaker. That's so unfortunate. He could have had a fantastic counter here.
And that orb.
Luckily, yeah, so the orb causes Romu to lose his first. So unfortunate, because if the clock was used while Romu was in hit stun, he would have dodged it, allowing him to keep his first. But unfortunately, we don't see that as Fhoons takes up into first here. We're seeing a finish 1st, 3rd, and 4th here. 3 of the top 4. And I believe 5th is
Fhoons.
Yeah.
Maybe wait. No, I lost my...
Yeah, Ellen's back bomb. Yeah, the back bomb connects on Romu here. Romu potentially, yeah, losing 2nd. Is he going to lose 3rd as well? We see that Zamu's right on top of him, and Zamu has a missile. Zamu's slowing down and does get the missile hit on Romu. This is looking like a top 4 now.
Yeah.
Romu tries in vain, but it looks like Sersa had a shield, so it didn't matter. And that's it. That's a top 4 for Finland on race 2. So yeah, we had a small win for Japan in the first race, but it seems like this really is a Finland Caves. Or Mystery Finland. I don't know which one sounds better. As we get a top 4 plus 19 for Finland here, which will bring the point difference to 14 in Finland's favour.
Yeah, we kinda, predicted this.
Oh, it's commentator's curse. We've cursed Japan. I'm sorry.
Missile caves, yeah. No, it wasn't juiced. Yeah, that's why he held it. But he lost fire.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but it was really well played by Finland there, and honestly, really unfortunate that Topa lost that clock, because I feel like if he kept that clock and used it at the right time, they could have held some of the top spots there. Alright, so with the scores here, like I said, we got a 14-point difference here. And our third track is going to be a tiny arena, so we're in for a marathon here. So we're coming into probably the longest track in this list. So 25 minutes probably, and the race will be done.
Grab yourself some popcorn. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, grab yourself some popcorn or maybe a pillow, depending on if people break away and this turns into itemless. So either one could work. Have both at the ready. Eat your popcorn from bed. That's probably the most optimal way to do this.
It's sleeping time.
Yeah, if we take a quick nap now, with how long the loading screens are, we should make it back with 5 minutes to spare before the race loads in. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, and from when I've played them both individually and in team races, I've not known Japan to be particularly strong or weak on Tiny Arena. I feel like it's a very middle ground track for them. They are definitely very good players, especially with items, and I feel that that can be an advantage on Tiny Arena, but I feel like the Finnish lads are known, for the most part, for their lines. Zamu being the obvious exception, being the one who loves to end everything and anyone with items, but I feel like we've got a bit of an advantage to Finland here with being able to break away and hold a good lead.
Yeah, I agree with that. But we'll see.
Alright, I sync these back up if I can. Alright, so we're seeing Topa going really tight here. Pretty much everyone did. Romu losing fire doing it though as he taps the wall. I believe the 2 porters went wide for items here. 3 porters as Onks goes wide too. See mild teleporting on Romu's end specifically. Looking a little unfortunate, but somewhat unavoidable at this stage, but...
Yeah, it is to be expected.
We see Zamu with a shield here, Topa getting taken out, leaving Romu was the only one up the front, I believe. So this is really Romu versus the world. We'll see what he can do when he's got teleporting. So this is really not what Romu wants to see. He has a bomb, but... And he does get Sersa! Nice, very nice job there. So unfortunately for Romu, he does pull a shield, but Zamu does have a bomb here. So we'll see if Zamu can take off this shield.
He may be safe though.
He does.
Oh yeah, he got it.
And we see up the front, Fhoons has just taken off with first here. He's likely just going to be going fast here. And given Tiny Arena, given it's Tiny Arena, he's probably pretty comfortable here. Romu's not far behind though, but he does have the Finnish Mafia right behind him. All 3 of them closely packed together. Oh, he actually takes out Fhoons! He takes out Fhoons!
Oh my god.
Alright, Fhoons falling down into 5th here, traps the Wampa, losing fire as well, so now the, as I said, the Finnish Mafia catching up in their little pack here. They managed to game end Romu as an orb comes through, likely being held by Japan for a while there, so this is absolute carnage. Lap 2, and look how close everyone is, they're within 2 or 3 seconds of each other. And suddenly we're seeing the bottom 3, the 3 porters, and the top 3. This is going every which way. So we see that Puya gets taken out by Fhoons here with triple missiles. Sukaneko has quite a lead though. Sersa being targeted by a missile, likely going to be unable to dodge as he gets taken out. Will he get the missile on the pass? And
I think he will.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
So we're seeing second place has a slight break from third, who is Topa, but Topa is masking, does close the gap a little bit, but that is still sizable. We'll see what they can do to take Fhoons out here. Red flashes absolutely everywhere as people are dying. Zamu hitting a red beaker there. Looks like Fhoons did get taken out. Hits a Nitro tight in the S. Topa gets a pass. Looks like he hit a red beaker in that Wampa, I believe, but he had a dodge. So we're seeing Japanese top 2 with Fhoons not too far behind, especially now that he's regained fire. The rest of the Finnish brigade are not too far behind, with Romu breaking up the 4 of them. So despite his teleporting, Romu's been doing quite well to angle bite this Finnish group. So he's got some missiles here. When you've got teleporting, they're not the best item because they struggle to track, but we'll see whether he can take out at least one of the guys here. And we see here, it does connect on Sersa. Sersa being absolutely bullied by Romu here, who is being bullied in turn by Zamu. This is just a bully train, and I'm loving to see it. So we see Romu going Romu going wide, tried to hit Zamu with the shield, but the shield ran out. Lost fire going wide there. Oh, it does get a mask. And an orb.
And an orb. What is this?
Romu is probably feeling pretty happy there as Puya takes Zamu out, taking the pressure off of the bottom 2 Japanese players here. The orb taking out Sersa because Romu just has it out for Sersa apparently. Fhoons looks like he dodged. I don't think Onks did. Topa dodged. Sukaneko, I think they didn't dodge. Yeah, they did not, but they're so far ahead it doesn't matter. And we're seeing yet again Sersa being absolutely griefed. I think he's done he's done something to upset the Japanese mafia. It's mafia versus mafia.
Yakuza.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're watching. Is this CTR still? So Zamu powering through the mask here. Sersa going wide to let him pass. Not sure if he's going to make it. He doesn't catch Tsukaneko, who then runs away with his own mask. So it's a really closely knit bottom four here. Top two, both Japanese, are really close to each other. But we're seeing 3-4 are really spread out from both the top two and the rest of the pack. So I'm feeling like these top four positions, top two for Japan, 3-4 for Finland, are pretty secure. As we see Sersa getting yet again griefed. So poor man's going to need therapy. Zamu loses his shield to a missile from Romu. Romu really putting in the work here. So we'll see what he can get from this final crate, almost final crate I should say. Does get a back bomb and bowls it forward. Bit of a mistake there, he's just flexing I guess. But Zamu drives into the Nitro to take out Romu here. So Romu's likely not going to recover from this as he gets back missiled as well potentially.
Yeah, it's over for him.
So yeah, that was a... You're right, we needed popcorn, not pillows. This was a... That was a race. I don't know how else to describe that. That was Yakuza, as you said.
It's either, like you said, it's either very, very boring or it's total chaos.
Yeah.
It's chaos, fortunately.
That was one of those, tiny arenas where it was really close. Like, I don't think it's very often where you see a tiny arena where no one DNFs.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible, I think.
Yeah, I think so often you'll see half the lobby, if not more, DNF. Depending on both the format and just how easy the top players broke away.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing that we've got a... I believe we just got a missing point on Romu here. It's just being filled in now. We've got +7 for Finland. So despite getting a +19 for race 2, Finland are only 7 points up. So still an incredibly close match as Japan do their best to bring it back with a +7 for Japan. So that was a very nice job by them here, especially doing so on Finland's pick.
And with Romu having like teleporting players on his screen,
Oh,
which is very admirable. Yeah.
I think Romu is some sort of demigod. He had teleporting, and he's like, you know what, Stuffer, I'm gonna grief Sersa. I mean, the whole Finnish team, and he did. He just destroyed them. He did get ended at the final part there, but really, he found them ankles and he started Noring.
I think Sersa is gonna report Romu for targeting.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing some DMs at World Cup staff. Romu bullied me. Alright, I'm sorry, it looks like Romu's been disqualified from the World Cup. He was bullying too hard.
Time to commit seppuku.
Alright, so we're going into Thunderstruck here, which is Japan's pick, and as I said, I was kind of shocked to see it as a pick with my the knowledge I have of Japan. Not that I think they're bad at the track, I just don't usually see them pick it. I don't... You'd probably know better also, but is this a track that Finland are known for at all? I don't think it's a track I've ever known Finland to be noteworthy at. Not that they're bad at it.
No, I mean, you know, Finland does not have like a track they hate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those tracks they wouldn't pick, which is understandable because, you know, Thunder is very chaotic.
Yeah, Thunder's... I think the best way to describe Thunder is it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but...
Yeah, with the poles, with the wooden poles, like it's impossible to do.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Rome is gonna watch on his screen. I'm really curious.
Yeah. Alright, so we're seeing Topa getting taken out early on here. Zamu slowed down a bit there, down into 5th here, looking like an early break for most of Finland here, though Fhoons gets taken out by Romu's shield. Romu with a nice, actually gets a nice breakaway here, which is a little surprising given how close he was to the rest of the pack. So we're going to be seeing Romu just taking tight lines to start off here. Going to try and break away from Zamu, and while Zamu's not got bad lines at all, we're seeing that, as he was trying to catch up, he gets taken out by the bomb there, which is just unfortunate. Going around square turns there, you do leave yourself wide open to traps and bombs. So on an early clock, not even finished lap 1, Topa just soaring into first. He's like, thanks for the points, buddy, I'll take that. Fhoons really close behind him. Or maybe not as close as I thought. There is a little bit of teleporting, but still quite close. So top 2, which are the 2 people that dodged that clock, have got quite the lead now. Sersa in 3rd place here, who has got a little bit of a gap on the others. It's worth noting that it looks like Romu... No, there was a bit of a glitch on positions for a second, but it has fixed itself. We're seeing Romu and Onks on top of each other, hence that confusion. So they're fighting for 4th here.
Bad move from Romu.
Yeah, so because of that, Romu's fallen all the way down to 7th, so I think he used up his ankle-biting luck on Tiny Arena, unfortunately. He griefed Sersa too hard in one race. He meant to do it across 10 races. So we're seeing Romu's going to have to try and go on the recovery here and change some masks. As, looks like Puya gets taken out here. Sukaneko does get the pass on Onks, though, so Sukaneko coming up into 5th. But Finland currently have winning positions. They have a 2, 3, 4, and I believe they've got 6th as well. So yeah, that is a fairly decent win if they finish with these positions. So Romu's really going to need to get out the knife and fork and start biting the ankles of Onks here if he wants to minimize this loss. Or we're going to need to be seeing a power item from Puya.
Oh, Topa hit. Red beaker.
Yeah, Topa hitting that red beaker. He is really far ahead, so hopefully for Topa's sake he's going to be able to hold this lead, but he is coming onto slow blue fire, not fast blue fire, so the fact he also can't take the shortcut coming up means he's going to lose so much time on Zamu here, who potentially has infinite, which he does. Oh, Romu doing Sparta Tech, falling off the track there, so unfortunate to see. Seeing Sparta Tech even when Sparta's not in the lobby. Goes for a bit of an SE Pulse Wit here, Romu does. That's kind of epic.
Yeah, that's smart.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So we see at the front here that Topa did manage to hold his lead, but not by much. We see it's only probably a 2-second gap between 1st and 2nd now. Luckily it is lap 5. So Topa securing 1st place here. Zamu with the 2nd. Looking like Fhoons will get 3rd, though it's going to be close. No, he takes out Sukaneko. Sukaneko's going to lose 4th here. Onks taking 4th. Sersa taking 5th.
Ooh.
Sukaneko getting taken out. There's terrible for Japan. I believe that's like a +7 for Finland. I think off the top of my head. It's either +7 or +9 getting 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Bottom 3 is not what you want to be seeing, so...
Yeah. That's actually really, really unfortunate.
So yeah, that ending was really unfortunate for Japan. They had, I don't believe they had winning positions before, but that was like a -1 or -3, and they've really just lost quite a few points there, thanks to Sukaneko being taken out, so...
Yeah, they should have, like, kept some damage control, just to avoid losing more. But
so, yeah.
They went like this.
So yeah, I think we should be seeing about a 14-point difference in Finland's favour at this stage, and we're 4 races in. Alright, so as we see on the boards, yes, that's a 14-point difference. Don't think I've gotten this many math equations correct in a row in my life.
I mean, they regained the points they lost in Tiny Arena, basically.
Yeah, true, you're correct. It's a 7-point differential between those 2 races, either side. So yeah, we see Romu left and rejoined, I believe is what I just saw. Not sure if that was for trying to fix connection or if that was a shuffling of front and back row. I'm looking on my super secret POV that none of you can see. So looking like it was a shuffling of front row. So Japan decided they don't want to play Yakuza, they don't want to play CTR, they want to play chess. So doing a bit of shuffling of their pieces on the board. See if this works out for them. So Megamix Mania coming up. Going to be seeing if this chess move is going to be enough to help Japan get a bit of a win here and start pulling it back from Finland.
I mean, Romu started from the back row, right?
I believe so. My brain's a little Mongol right now, so I could be incorrect on that one.
If he did start from the back row, I mean, they probably tried to use skill in using weapons.
Yeah.
But I think it's better suited for front scoring, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think with the lineup they have, Topa, of course, having really strong lines, and I do think Puya and Tsukaneko are both strong players, but I think Romu's lines are something he is very good at. He is good at items, but I think against the lineup you've got here, you do really want some of those item plays up the front, taking out the front runners like, you know, Fhoons, Onks, and Sersa.
I mean, Romu is their captain, so you know.
Yeah.
He probably wanted to help them from behind. But seriously, I think he should stay in front. Let's see if this works.
Alright, so we'll see how everything goes at the start here. Looking like Sersa going super wide here, because he... not sure what happened to Sersa, I didn't miss, but I saw that Zamu got a TNT, does get it off and hold fire, only to run into a beaker. So our POV's not having a great time. Zamu in the back with no fire, Topa in the back with no fire, both with a mask. Tsukaneko got taken out. Zamu breaks to let Tsukaneko run into him. We see Sersa and Fhoons on top of each other, so Sersa can't really use this engine until he breaks away from his teammates a little bit. We're seeing Romu and Puya, I believe, breaking away a little bit in the top two here. So they've got a little bit of a gap, as we see Topa going for a bit of pulsewood action here. So we'll see he's got a bit of teleporting, and he does bonk into Zamu with the teleportation. So that's unfortunate to see, but he, even having done that, we see that he does manage to break away, but he doesn't hold fire. That's actually disastrous for him. That was looking so good, but didn't end it early enough.
Invisible wall.
Yeah.
The invisible wall.
And we see that it looks like Romu hit a mine there. So we're seeing Sersa come up into second here as Onks goes flying with his pulsewood here. Catches right up to Puya in first though. Still a bit of a gap, but if Onks puts up some lines, there's a chance he can catch. But actually, looking like he did the same mistake and didn't hold fire.
Oh my god.
So Romu getting taken out after fire again. I'm thinking Romu's allergic to having fire this race. We're seeing... yeah. We're seeing Japan with first, I believe it's 5th, 7th, and 8th. Oh, Romu failing the shortcut is so unfortunate. 6th, 7th, and 8th. I should be corrected now. With Finland having the same positions as last time, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, again, we're seeing Japan kind of stuck in the back. We're going to see whether they can do anything. Maybe roll some power items to try and break this Finnish group. Or whether they're going to be just stuck in the back, not rolling the things they need. We see that Zamu does get taken out right after Blue Fire, does go back and gets masked again. Romu's just like, hi, I'm here to bully again. So Zamu does successfully go back for Blue Fire here, but we can see he's quite far back now. So even with a good pulse width, he's looking not very pretty right now.
This is the 4th lap already, so
yeah,
it's very hard to recover.
Yeah, when you get into these later laps and you get taken out like that, that's when it gets so hard to recover. You don't have the time to chain masks or roll power items at that stage. Puya, sorry, in first, hitting a beaker, which allows Onks to pass. Puya going wide around the shortcut. Fhoons coming up as well. Is Fhoons going to be able to take second here, or is Puya going to be able to hold on to it? They're neck and neck. It looks like, yeah, Puya gets hit. So that's so unfortunate. It might be a top 3 for Finland now after this. Yeah, top 3 for Finland. Oh, yeah, I see.
A block.
And he uses it right there. And seems like it's actually not going to be helping in the end. Because his team had already... Yeah, his team secured top 3 already. He might catch Sukaneko here. He does get a mask.
Yeah, he does.
No, he hits a wall.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
If he didn't hit that wall, he had a very good chance of catching Sukaneko after that clock. But it would have been close. But in the end, yeah, it didn't matter. So yeah, that was a plus 11 for Finland there. So the point gap at halftime is roughly 25. So not the biggest of margins, but Finland's slowly increasing the gap. So Japan are going to have their work cut out for them if this continues. Alright, so as we've said, we've got a 25-point difference here going into half-time. Alright, so we're going into a bit of a Zoomy track coming up. We're going to be seeing a lot of Pulsewood coming up. Well, I'm curious how many people are going to be going wide to get an engine at the start here. We are seeing a host change as well, it looks like. Topa's going to be hosting instead. So, as we saw, there was a bit of teleporting for Romu in particular, though Topa had a bit of an issue too. Curious if we're going to be seeing some connection issues for the Finnish lads now that we're swapping hosts.
I think chances are that they will teleport are high, but I think it's fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Both teams have the perfect right to host half of each part of the match. So we'll see how the Japan host works out for our Finnish POVs here. But I think what's interesting going into Slide is I'm curious how many of these 4 Japanese players actually do SE Pulse within race. We've seen Romu and Topa both go for it. Topa getting a pretty decent one on Megamix, but I am unsure whether Puya and Sukaneko perform SE Pulsewood or not. I think Sukaneko does. But if...
I actually don't know about them both.
Because if Puya doesn't do SE Pulsewood, that would put them at a disadvantage for Slide, because it'd be 4 Zoomy enjoyers versus 3. From the teams, so that is something to be aware of, is that if there's someone that can't do SE Pulsewood, if they get knocked to the back, they have a much lower chance of recovering, because they're really relying on a 30% mask roll and just have useless engines.
I mean, I've experienced this myself, because I recently started learning how to do the engine deck, but before I didn't do it, and it's really hard, especially because Slide is a track where you don't gain any secret whatsoever. So if you have a slightly faster speed, your advantage, it's really, really impossible to recover in that case.
Yeah, masks are very powerful here, don't get me wrong, but when it's the only thing you can rely on to really catch up outside of a power item, you just have, it's a much lower chance, as I've said, to be able to catch up compared to having, considering how common, I'm sure everyone can attest to how common super engine rolls are in the back. Definitely gives you a good chance to come back, though. It seems as though Beanox knows when you're playing in a format that allows SE Pulsewood, because I swear that super engine rolls are only high on tracks that you can't Pulsewood on. At least for me, that's what it feels like.
I mean, there's a reason why people want it banned, at least, on Slide, because, it can be really powerful sometimes. Really, really powerful.
Yeah, while we've got a second as they load into the race and just get ready with this hosting, I think that's something interesting to bring up, is that we have had, excuse me, we've had some developments with proposals for what to do about SE Pulsewood again, but to put it short, something that was proposed that I found interesting was having a ban on lap 1. So no SE Pulsewood allowed until you hit lap 2. And I'm very curious how that would turn out if it was actually implemented.
I mean, it could be as light, patch, you can just make sure that people don't zoom immediately, but what if you gain an engine immediately? You have to play one lap without any sort of item use, and then you can zoom. Like, well, what does it change after that? That's what I'm asking.
I mean, if you roll an engine very early on, you have a choice of, do I want to try and hold this so I can capitalize on Pulsewood as soon as I get to lap 2, wait till everyone's juiced up, they've got a chance to kill me, or you're not forced to hold on to the engine. Maybe I'll just take infinite reserves and I'll try and roll something else in the meantime, and if I get an engine at the end of the lap, then I can capitalize on it then. So you do have some options, in my opinion. So
in a sense, yeah.
So yeah, we've got Slide coming up. Alright, so we see that Topa and Onks, it looks like, are the two going back for double Wampa here. Topa getting the immediate engine, Onks getting a mask. It looks like he's going to try and... No, he's just going fast, Onks is. Topa not getting another item crate, getting a second item crate in 8th can be so good. Gets taken out by Zamu, though, it looks like. I believe that was. So Zamu holding a mask now. Topa with a turbo canister, though the only issue here being is he doesn't have the Wampa at the moment. Turbo canister is putting you at a faster speed than anyone else on the track, so long as you hold fire. So very good item to be getting in the back here.
Romu had an interesting situation. He hit Fhoons with the shield, but Fhoons didn't get it. So
oh
I think
no, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
And we do see he got taken out by Onks and then comboed, and Onks now has a really fine lead here. Having said that, while he does have a lead, given the presence of Pulsewood here, this means that anyone could SE Pulsewood, as we see Sersa doing right now, and catch right up to Onks. Alright, Sersa coming up, he wants those air points. He's like, give me those air points, Onks, they're delicious. I want first, thank you. So we now see top 2 for Finland very close together, as it seems like my cat has joined the commentary. Don't know if anyone on stream can hear. We see we see Topa and Puya, I believe that is, in 3-4. So Topa going for a 3rd place Pulsewood. We see that up the front, Sersa has a missile, Onks has a shield. The shield is definitely what you want to be looking out for here, especially when you're at high speeds. And we see that it looks like Topa does manage to dodge so far. And yeah, looking like Topa gets the break, so as much as we saw how big that lead was, Topa manages to break into first, only to have an orb chasing him. Oh, that is unfortunate. So he's going to be hit here and probably surrender this position. He can only pray that the Finnish boys get hit as well. But as we saw, Onks did have a shield. Yeah, so it looks like Sersa did fall back a bit there. But Topa having to surrender his first to Onks there, who has kept his shield, so unless Topa gets a 2nd place engine, this 1st place is looking pretty safe. That missile's still following. Terminator missile. So that missile actually followed Topa around 2 tire cuts and took his shield. Having said that, don't know if it'll make a difference yet. There we go. He hits the trapped crate. I saw that and wondered if he would hit it, but that actually allowed Sersa to get the 2nd place. So that was a fantastic call by Onks to throw his shield and attempt to trap the crate to catch Topa off guard there.
Or got it? And squished.
Yeah, so we're seeing Zamu coming up into 5th here, Fhoons coming into 6th. So bottom 2 for Japan. So that's really not looking good. 1st, 2nd, 5th, 6th for Finland, so they're really pushing their lead. Whereas we're seeing Japan falling a bit behind. And to clarify for chat, we have a Topa host currently. But yeah, as you were saying, also you were saying this was to be expected. I'm assuming due to the nature of SE Pulsewood.
I think Finland is very good on this track. Like it's really hard to beat them, especially considering the engine.
Yeah, Finland really had a solid game plan here, where they did have, as we saw, they had two of their players zoom right up into the top two, and even as Topa did his best and broke into first, they just immediately went, all right, we're gonna pull out the Unjuiced Orb and just end anyone that tries to take our top two. So really nice coordinated work there by Finland to keep that top two. Alright, so we're going into Tiger Temple now. Tiger Temple being our race 7 with a 36-point difference. Finland's favour. So something that a lot of players probably know of by now is at the very starting lap of Tiger Temple you can do a very tight grass cut that I say recent discovery, but it's really not recent these days. But it's something that not everyone knows how to do yet, and so people that know how to do that cut and are in the front row, especially on the left side, can get a really good breakaway if they do it well compared to people that don't do this cut at the start. The other thing to look out for that is legal in this World Cup is the actually new Tiger cut that's been found, where you can glide up a wall around the actual shortcut, and it saves a lot of time because you land on the other side of the wall and then you go back a little bit. So that's something else to be looking out for, is if we're going to be seeing either of these come into play in this race.
Yeah, I think Zamu will do it because, you know,
yeah,
he
exactly.
always does it.
So
yeah, it's very good cut. Yeah?
Yeah, Sersa goes for the tight Tiger cut and he just gets smacked by the teleporting carts backwards and then just flounders on the spot, falls right behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're seeing it looks like Onks got taken out here. Topa in first with Fhoons right behind, barely missing the beaker on Fhoons there. Oh,
that's it.
Yeah, gets taken out. Topa takes a really nice lead here. He's actually broken quite a ways away with a really nice grass there. I got Sukaneko right with him, so that's a top 2, top 3 with Romu. Romu has lost fire though, but he does have a gap. Top 4 as Puya sneaks up into 4th there. Puya is right in the firing line of Sersa here though, who has a mask. Sersa tried to go for the Tiger Cut, but I think he decided to bail out last minute and then messed up. So he has fallen behind.
Wait a minute. You have to listen to me. You didn't change the pole.
Oh, thank you. I would listen. I wanted to practice radio commentary.
Radio Hub.
Yeah. Anyway, we're seeing.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
It's its new strat. So we're seeing Sersa tries to go for the Tiger Cut here. He does get it, but unfortunately he lost fire doing the air brake to turn around. So he has actually lost more time than he gained here. So we are seeing the top 3 being held by Japan here. So it's a pretty solid lead, as Romu does hit a Nitro, which is allowing Onks to catch up. We'll see whether Onks can make anything of this as he takes the Tiger Cut. And he does. He successfully sneaks up into 3rd as looks like Zamu takes it as well. So they've caught right up, as you can really see the difference between knowing this tech and not knowing it. Zamu takes the bomb, double bomb, which is pushing Romu right down. If Onks and Zamu gets taken out, but if Onks takes this cut again and successfully gets it, he could potentially break this top 2. It's unfortunate he's not streaming. He does get it successfully. Turns around, doesn't know. Not enough. Alright, we're seeing Romu and Fhoons on top of each other. We're going to see he does get the squish on Fhoons, so Romu keeps the 6th place here.
Let's see if he manages to... Oh, Beaker.
Oh, so we're seeing a bottom 2 by Finland here. That's actually an incredibly strong win for, or a decently strong win at the very least for Japan. Top 2, 4th and 6th.
Yeah, they recovered some points.
So yeah, that's they are still quite a ways behind, but
It's still a win. It's
But
still a
yeah,
win.
that's still a win that they definitely want. They do have 3 races left, but they are gonna need to get more big wins just like that one if they're gonna be wanting to come back.
And considering the tracks that we're still left, like
Yeah, Oxide Station, Assembly Lane, Crash Cove are our final 3 tracks. So
it's I don't see. It's not very easy.
yeah, I mean, having said that, I don't think we expected Finland to lose on this track, given how well I feel like they usually perform on Tiger. So I think we could be seeing some unexpected victories on tracks like Oxide from Japan and Crash Cove. Alright, so we've got a 23-point difference. So if by the final race Finland are winning by more than 19, they have secured the win. If they get more than 38-point difference after this race, then they have secured the win, meaning they will need almost a top 4 here to secure a victory prematurely. Not looking like that'll happen.
I mean, that's
But we'll
Oxide
see.
Station, you know, it's very random. Anything can happen there.
Yeah, very true. And it's also a track, as I've said before on stream, that the lines on this track, it's one of the tracks kind of like Hot Air Skyway, where there's such a big gap between good lines and really good lines. So someone who's very well versed in this track can catch even other very good players very quickly. There's a lot of small time saves on this track that can be quite costly though if you do fail them. So it's something to be careful of on this track, and we'll see if we see some incredibly tight lines coming out from the players or not here.
But I don't like Oxide Station at all, but it is a very, very technical track. Like, it's not easy to avoid items, especially when placed very well. And, you know, you said the track is wide, but all that, you know, width is not very easy to use to your favor.
Oh, 100%. Especially I think a common issue we see, maybe not so much in the World Cup at the moment, but is players getting masks overestimating their reserves, and then just completely losing fire for it. So we'll see how people handle their masks here, because especially that end section, it can be difficult. We see a mask early on from Zamu, who just deletes pretty much everyone, except for Romu here. Is he going to be able to take Romu out? He does! Everyone dies. Alright, this is just a massacre. Zamu wins. Goodbye. He murdered everyone. Alright, Japan is no more. We see that Zamu takes up into first here. We see Puya not too far behind.
Nice snipe from Romu.
Yeah, we see oh no, just a red flash there. We're seeing that Puya's closed the gap on Zamu a little bit there. So the two of them are quite close. We're seeing Sersa, Fhoons and Onks in 3-4-5 as Onks gets taken out as the Sukaneko advances alongside Romu. So now we're seeing a little Japanese pack here trying to close in on Fhoons and Sersa here. We'll see if they can make anything of this, especially this early on. Zamu does have a shield, so that does put Puya on the back foot trying to pass, because if he tries to get the pass on, he'll probably get shield tackled, and if he takes the shield off, he risks dying. Not a very high chance of him rolling a triple item, so his best bet would probably be catching up and squishing him with a canister. We're seeing pretty much every other POV just mask. Sersa's got a Nitro here that he's just holding on to, probably deciding where best to place it. Oh, but instead he runs into a different Nitro. So unfortunate for Sersa, but he falls right back into 7th there. And then we see Topa falling off.
Hell.
So yeah, Topa going a little bald there as he falls off the track. So we see Topa with a shield in 8th place, exactly the item you want in 8th. So top 2, Zamu and Puya have broken away a little bit. Zamu did get a little bit of a lead on Puya around this stage last lap, but it looks like Puya's made it back up. So the two of them probably going to be working on their lines. And, oh, you're right, we see Topa with a clock here. We'll see what he can do with this one, as we see that Sersa's masking but doesn't have a dodge otherwise. Fhoons has a dodge in 3rd. Romu has nothing, holding on to his triple bombs here. It's possible that they're going to try and outline Fhoons and take out the shield here, but Not sure if that's the best
Alkaline
call.
Fhoons.
I don't think that's the best call even from this distance. And as we see, yeah, Romu decides to... They decide to throw the clock. Oh, they see that Zamu lost his shield, I see. So that clock use allows Puya to get first here. That does mean that Romu's dropped positions, but this has allowed both Tsukineko and Puya to jump up in spots. As Zamu gets taken out, I believe Tsukineko did as well, so we've got a pretty close pack outside of the top two here. So 1 lap to go. I would put that definitely in Puya's favour to hold the first tier. As fierce as Fhoons' lines are, I don't think he'll get the catch here. We see Topa's having a bit of a... Tsukineko, sorry, is having a bit of a war with Zamu here. Zamu just pausing to get the double missile on Tsukineko here, allowing Sersa to catch up. A bit of Japanese bullying here from Zamu. So yeah, we see that the multiple hits that Zamu did does actually allow Sersa to come up into 6th here. So now Japan have a bottom 2. Romu does have a mask here, pretty close to Sersa. See if he's going to be able to make use and take Sersa out here. Does take Sersa out. Probably not going to be able to catch Zamu at this distance, but he is in 6th place, so not too bad of a chance to roll good items here. And Sersa getting taken out yet again. So unfortunately for him, he has fallen to the back. Alright, so and going into nearly the end of lap 5, we see that Puya's done a very nice job to hold that lead of theirs. Fhoons staying in 2nd, with Topa sitting pretty comfortably in 3rd with a shield. Onks in 4th, again another large gap. We've got 4 players with pretty much no one around them. So top 4 looking pretty secure. Yeah, we see that Romu dying on the long pad there. Doesn't get a lap glitch or anything though, but does mean that he's no chance of catching Zamu. Tsukineko probably going to get the pass on his teammate, secure those delicious air points, or maybe not. Maybe he lost fire as well. Or he's staying back for courtesy. Maybe those... No, he does take the air points in the end. He decides, no, I'm just playing with you. I want that 1 point. It's worth it.
Romu-san, give me the points.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually surprised. We've seen only a clock, no orbs. Like what? This never happens on Oxide Station.
Yeah, you're right. We saw no orbs on that Oxide, and I think that's a rarity. I'm kind of jealous. I mean, the clock, yeah, wasn't favourable, but I'm used to being terrorised by orbs on this track. I feel like anytime I get a break, there's an orb.
This is orb station.
Yeah. So we've got a interesting situation here. 20-point difference. This means pretty much if Finland get any win, they have won overall, and Japan won't be able to bring it back in the final race. If Japan win, they have a chance to at the very least tie if they win by 1. If they win by any more, then they can still win this overall. So we'll see how Assembly Lane goes. So we've got a potentially deciding race here.
Getting a top 3 would help the cause, but I don't know. It's very hard.
Yeah, on these 2 tracks, it can be quite a big ask to get these big wins that we're requesting of Japan, but especially against a team like Finland who have such strong front runners. But never say never. You can see what Japan can pull out here. Alright, here goes race 9, potentially deciding factor. We'll see if anyone here does the mud cut. As we've said, the left positions, such as host and 2nd place, have pretty comfortable spots to be able to go for it here. So we'll see if the the front players decide to go for the tight mud cut at the start. We see Sersa missing his start boost here. Not missing his start boost, missing an initial drift because of a cart collision, but still manages to hold up going fast, takes out Romu with a missile here. Zamu masking as usual, seeing if he can take out Topa here. He doesn't take Topa out, but he is in first right now, unfortunately with a TNT. Topa doesn't have an item though. We see Sersa getting taken out, narrowly dodging the magnet there as he gets comboed by Romu. This is bringing him Vietnam flashbacks from Tiny Arena. We see Topa losing fire before the spiral, Zamu trying to TNT him but missing, so they're still absolutely neck and neck. Neither of them have an item here, so we'll see which one gets a good item and makes the correct play. Topa getting a shield, Zamu taking it out with a TNT, so this is just absolutely going back and forth. Topa losing fire! That's so unfortunate for him. Zamu's just getting a free break here. Suikaneko going to try and take Zamu's place as Zamu slows down, seemingly wanting to take out these Japanese players.
He tried to squish, but he didn't activate the item.
Yeah, and Zamu has no fire either now, so potentially if Suikaneko can get past, seemingly having fire still, they're going to be the ones breaking into first.
Nice hit.
Yeah. So Zamu getting taken out here. Fhoons on top of Topa here. And it looks like Onks is there too. They're having a little party. So Fhoons is slowly caught up to Suikaneko in first. We'll see whether Suikaneko can hold this lead, which is going to be crucial for Japan to be staying in this for the final race. Zamu's fallen back to last with Onks in 7th, but they're not very far behind the 5th and 6th here. Topa getting a shield, but is wary that Puya's right next to him, so decides not to put it on just yet. We see Zamu just holding a mask, decides to go on the offensive and tries to catch up to these two Japanese players. Romu in 4th with a shield. And we see Zamu trying his best to deal with the teleporting, but looks like he doesn't get a hit off, so that is unfortunate for him. So we see that Topa has a mask under his shield. So, and he does react reflexively, just uses the mask. Really nice play there as he avoids getting the death by Zamu's mask. And he gets the bomb on Zamu. He loses fire for it, but he is right before the fire pad. That was a great bomb by Topa there. Really holding back the bottom two Finnish boys here. So far it's looking a little scary for Finland here.
Yeah, indeed.
So Onks was masking up, does take Topa out actually. We're going to see if Zamu just gets the pass, decides it's not worth it to get the second hit in. As Topa falls right behind.
Sersa got it by a distinct beaker.
Yeah, and then he gets taken out by, I think it was Topa's shield as he passed. And now he's fallen down into 6th, down into 7th it's going to be. So Topa's really far behind. Going for Pulsewood, I'm loving all this Pulsewood we're seeing. Oh no, and he gets squished! No! Oh, Topa, no! He tried. Props for trying. It's okay, we'll give you 20 points for trying. I'm not biased. Alright, so we see, I believe that was Romu. Yeah, Romu got taken out here. Onks and Zamu hold on his heels now. So Suikaneko has held the first and is likely going to be holding it for the rest of the race, with 3rd place looking pretty comfy too. But the rest of the pack is pretty divisive at the moment. Zamu and Onks managed to catch right up. Romu going to be doing his best to try and combat these Finnish players, but unfortunately he rolled a canister and then lost fire, so not much he could have done in that position outside of not lose fire. Yeah, we'll see what whether there's going to be any last-minute position changes. But yeah, I don't think 1, 3, 7, 8, it's not going to be enough, because that would be a -1 for Japan, meaning Finland win this overall. If my math is correct, don't quote me on this.
Yeah, because it's 10-6 to 1, basically 2 points lost.
So yeah, that should be a 21-point difference going into Crash Cove, meaning that technically this match has been decided going into race 10. However, this could still be an incredibly close match with only a +3 difference if Japan managed to top 4 here. So it's important for the teams to try their best till the very end, and we'll see whether Japan can narrow the point difference or if Finland are going to be really bringing it home and getting a big point gap.
I mean, points are extremely important as well.
Exactly.
For seeding. So they must maintain this distance.
Yeah, and as we're seeing, 21 point difference here as we go into Inferno Island, but daytime.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I can't believe they ripped off Inferno Island and put it in Crash Team Racing. They literally just took Inferno Island and made it daytime. It's so ridiculous. I can't believe they did that. Come on,
Yeah.
Naughty Dog, be creative.
Yeah, how could you? How could you? Plagiarizing Vicarious Visions.
I think I'm going to report them.
To Activision? No, please no.
Yeah, Crash Cove is going to be an interesting one to watch, actually. We've got, as we've noticed on slides, some avid SE Pulsewood enjoyers. So as a track where SE Pulsewood can be quite effective, we're going to be seeing some very fast action here. But alongside that, Crash Cove is just a chaotic track in general. So we're going to be seeing a lot of deaths, a lot of carnage, and a lot of balding. So...
Especially balding.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's a staple of Crash Cove. It wouldn't be Crash Cove without someone losing hair.
Bald Hub. That's how we should be called.
That's yeah, exactly. That's the new rendition we're going for is the balding hub. You must have this little hair or less to proceed. Here's your wig at the door, so you can prepare to bald again.
Is that because we take too much CTR energy? I think not.
It's the side effect. It's unfortunate, but starting off the race, we see a few people dying at the start, such as Zamu. Zamu getting double Wampa too, but Topher get a first crate engine, so not going for double Wampa here. Is he going to unjuiced Pulsewood? He is the Chad. Then he gets another engine. This is looking really good for Topher if he doesn't get taken out. Oh, but he dies. He loses his Pulsewood to his teammate. Looks like he's going to hold this engine though. He gets taken out by Onks here. So Topher's going to likely hold this and then try and do another Pulsewood next lap. We see Zamu going for a Pulsewood now. Romu also rolling an engine. So this is a Oprah Winfrey, but the You Get a Pulsewood edition. Romu losing his engine. Oh, that's so unfortunate because for those not aware, Romu using another engine now will be bugged. Topher going for his Pulsewood here. Does take out Zamu with a nice missile there. Looks like he's getting a pass on Sersa here. He's catching right up to Onks. Is he going to get the bomb? There's an orb. Oh, the orb takes out Topher, who passes just at the wrong time. So he's now neck and neck with this top two. Goes for a snipe. Misses. Missile. No. Hotel. Travago. Yeah. Dodges the beaker. So we're seeing top two break away a little bit here. Topher's not too far behind though. Third place engine is possible but not likely. Oh my, that was great reaction time. You'd think Topher's the one playing Porter with those cat-like reflexes. We see Zamu got taken out there. Does go for a mini Pulsewood after he got taken out. We'll see how far he gets with this engine duration. Looking like he's doing pretty well till he got squished by I didn't see who that was because I'm blind. That was Sukaneko that squished him. Romu's just having a nice tourist drive, it looks like. He's just, enjoying the sights.
He gave up.
So we see Fhoons got taken out there by Puya, I believe, falling down into 7th. But Puya getting taken out by Zamu from a mask. So we're seeing a bit of division of the players here.
Oh, nice Topa.
Yeah, Topher snaking up into second there.
Second place.
Props to Topher there. Fantastic job by him. We're seeing a last minute position change, and those points, as you said, could matter overall in the end.
And that's it.
Yeah, so that was a strong finishing by Finland. Another win for them there. So we'll see what the final point difference is, but I think it's either still in the high 20s or the low 30s. So overall, it wasn't an incredibly large point difference overall, but it was definitely Finland did take it away in that second half in particular.
yeah. The beginning was kinda, they started really, really low, but then, since they had the better team, in my opinion, they just played very, very well.
Yeah,
throughout the whole war.
I agree, and I think something to point out though is that we were talking at the very start about how Finland are really one of the top teams that a lot of people are saying, like last year, they're probably going to make it, finals, quarterfinals at the very least. And so the fact that Japan, very first match, have gone up against a team that strong and they didn't even lose by 30, I think that really shows that Japan is also bringing it very, very well this year. So
yeah, I agree. And to consider the fact that Romu just did 20 points, which is, not his best performance. I'd like to see him play in another war, maybe in a better condition.
Yeah. So he did unfortunately get a couple last places there, though his last place on Tiny Arena was full of Sersatin bullying. So,
but he never got past 6th place. So yeah, you understand it was really a bad day for him.
Yeah, exactly. So and you can after a war like that, like it can be unfortunate, and you can understand why he kind of decided, I'm going to go take a little tourist drive on Crash Cove, because it can just be a bit frustrating, this game, when you just get bodied over and over and you feel like you can't do anything about it. Like, sometimes you just got to put that controller down.
I mean, it's only the first match after all, so yeah, there's plenty of time to do better.
Yeah, exactly. And even though Romu himself didn't have the best performance, it's still a good performance overall for Japan.
He had his teammates.
Yeah, exactly. So we do see a decently close match, and I'm happy to see that overall. So next 2 matches we have coming up though are going to be other incredibly hyped up matches. We've got France versus USA, which I think of the week 1 matchups is the one that most people that I've talked to have said is the one they're most excited for, and I agree.
Yeah.
I personally can't call a victor just from what I know of the teams. I think both teams are incredibly stacked. Both teams have a really good chance at beating each other. So, do you have any opinions also on who you think is going to be winning out of those two?
I don't know. I mean, if I have to pick one, because I could say USA just on last year performance. But France, as you know, this time has the really good players, not like last year.
Yeah.
So it will be very, very tight. Very, very tight.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the results of that one when I wake up. Usually I would make an effort if I could to cast such an exciting match, but you've seen my performance as a caster tonight when I'm running on no sleep, so I definitely need to hit the bed. So
yeah.
Don't think I'll be casting that one. I'll leave that one to Sersa. Otherwise, we'll be having a 10-race scoreboard war. Unless you want to see that, chat. If you do want to see that, maybe let me know. We'll do some radio commentary.
Someone die?
Yeah, we'll do radio commentary for the most exciting match of the week. Who needs?
Discord gives you the option to use radio, I think.
Yeah,
that's new option.
It's a new thing. So sorry if you enjoy streams and actually watching something. You're just going to be listening to us now. We're going to be doing a competitive hub ASMR. It's the new trend. But yeah, as I said, I would hang around and have a bit more discussion, but unfortunately, I am what I like to call very tired, so I am going to be heading off shortly. So I will send you guys, I won't leave you guys all alone. It's okay, chat, I got you. I will be sending you guys to one of the competitors in an earlier war we had today in my time zone, Sparta. He was playing for Great Britain Ireland earlier today, and he's doing a war against the Australian team right now. So I'm going to send you guys down there. Go say hello. Go watch Sparta do Sparta Tech. For those that don't know, Sparta Tech is falling off the track. So, lovely guy, Sparta. He's a great guy. So go say hi, show him your love, go give him a follow. And yeah, we love we love Sparta, and I'm glad you guys all stopped by. And I hope you enjoyed the this stream, and I think this was a great match to watch. So thank you to Orso and Sam for joining me, both helping out and commentating. Yeah, it was a pleasure. Also,
yeah, it was very fun. As I said before, I was really nervous at the beginning, but that passed really quick.
You know, hopefully we'll have you again for another match.
I hope so too.
Hell yeah. So stay hydrated, chat, and make sure you don't do what I'm doing now and get no sleep. Look after yourselves. I'll catch you in the next match. So talk to you later.
Bye guys.
See ya.